Hello everyone, my name is Maddie Vaughn and welcome to my how-to speech for my Summer 1 Introduction to Public Speaking class. Today I'll be showing you how to make a button. Buttons are also referred to as pins, and they are decorative accessories that are worn for an occasion or just as decoration. Buttons are typically used for backpack accessories, celebrations, support, gifts, and clothing accessories. Some materials that you will need are the Canva app. You don't have to have Canva Pro, but I highly recommend it. You will also need a colored printer. This is very important if you like to make designs that have a colored background or an image. You will also need a 3-inch button maker machine. You can buy these off of Amazon, but you don't have to. You'll also need a circle cutter, button metal shells, a 3-inch clear circular film, and a plastic button back cover with a pin attached. All of these things can come together in a set when you buy your button maker machine off of Amazon. For your first step, you will need to choose a design or an image that you would like on your pin. Then you will need to make sure that that image is saved to your camera roll or to your device. For your next step, you will need to go to the Canva app and select Create. Once you have selected Create, click on Custom Size. Once you've clicked on Custom Size, in the page size details, put the size of your printer and paper. This is very important because if you don't do this step, then the printer will be off and your size will not match the size of your button. Then, using the page bar on the side of the screen, you will need to click on the Elements icon. Once you've clicked on the Elements icon, in the search engine, you'll need to click on Frame, and then you'll need to click on the first option. Once you have done this, then you will need to go to the Uploads tab on the same sidebar and upload your saved image. Once you've uploaded your image, you will need to add it to the page and drag it to the frame until it fits how you like it to. Then, you will need to make the frame 3 inches using the white adjusters on the bottom right side of the frame. Then you can add any words, letters, or images that you would like to your design. Once you are finished designing the frame and it is set to 3 inches, select Share and then Download. Once your image has downloaded, select the print option and then select your printer when it becomes available. You will then use the circle cutter to cut out your design. Once you have done this, then you will get your button making machine and add the metal shell to the circle on the right side of the button press. Then you will add your cutout design on top of this shell and lay a clear film on top. Once you've done this, then you will slide the right circle containing the design underneath the button press in the middle and push down until you hear a popping noise. Then, in the left circle, you will add a plastic back cover with the pin and slide it under the bottom of the button press. Once you've done this, then you will push the handle all the way down until it touches the bottom bar. This is very important because if you don't do this, it will mess up the pin and not make it a pretty design. Then you'll pull the left circle back out, revealing your finished button design. Then you can add it to anything that you want. I've added some videos to help you understand better because sometimes a lot of steps might not help. So first, I opened up my Canva app, clicked on Create, then I created a custom design, and I added my page size. Then once that had loaded, I clicked on the element icon, and I looked up circle frame, which I had already had looked up from the last time I had made a button. Once I had looked up circle frame, I then clicked on the first image and uploaded it onto my page and sized it down a little bit, but not to the 3-inch mark yet, just so I can make sure that I have the design I like. Then I added my picture into Canva and slowly dragged it into the frame so that way it would make a perfect circle. And that's what my pen will look like once it's done printing out. Then I sized it down to 3 inches just to make sure that it would fit the right size on my button making press. Once I had done that, then I selected Share and Download. Once I had done that, then the printing option popped up and I was able to select Print and print out my design. For my next video, I'm going to show you how to actually press it onto the paper. So I run my own pen making business, and this was a pen that someone had ordered for me. So after I printed it out, I put it onto the page and put my circle cutter on top of it. Then I give it a real firm press down just to make sure that it doesn't move while I'm trying to cut out my design. See here, I'm going around it twice just to make sure that the cuts are even and nice. Then I push out my paper and it makes a perfect circle to go into my button making press, So this video is inverted, so this is actually the right side that I'm putting the button shell into and placing my design on top. Then I'm going to add my clear film on top of that just to make sure that it's nice and pretty and doesn't mess up. Then once I've made it the way that I like it, I slide it under the middle of the button making press and push down until I hear a popping noise. Sometimes I give it a little extra press just to make sure that it's on there firmly. Then I'm going to add my button back cover with the pin in it onto the left side and slide it underneath, making sure to adjust the button press to where the prongs can go through. Then I'm going to push my press all the way down, making sure that it is making a noise and popping firmly. I also pressed down on this one a couple of times just to make sure that it is on there good. Then, as you can see, I pulled out my button and it was made perfectly. I hope that this was very thorough and that it allowed